Hello and welcome to ENCY Tutorials. In today's tutorial, we will be discussing the graphic user interface and basic workflow of doing an ENCY project. As you can see up here, there are three main tabs that you will be using while you create your ENCY project. I am going to take a moment and import a model into the Model tab. This is the model that we will be using for the basic tutorial lessons. I'm going to discuss now how to use the mouse with ENCY. If you rotate your center click wheel, it will zoom in and out of the part. If you click and hold down the center click wheel, you will be able to move the part in a plane, like so. If you click and hold down the right mouse button, you can dynamically rotate your part to see the underside or the sides of it. And of course, the left mouse button is used to click on specific parts. Now let's discuss the Model tab a little bit further. The Model tab is where you will be importing whatever model you need to create your project. The part that I just imported went into the part file folder because it is the actual part that we want to create. I could create a 3D model to use as a workpiece and import it into the workpiece file, and ENCY would use that as the basic stock or workpiece to make the model from. I could also import fixtures or other restriction models that I could put into the project that ENCY will not interfere with. In the Machining tab is where you will establish all the different operations that you will use to create your project. All the different cutting operations can be found under Add an Operation. If you click the little arrow, you get a little menu. If you click Add Operation button, you'll get a more comprehensive list of the different types of operations, and you can see there'll be little graphic explanations of what each of these operations are capable of. Once you've established your machining operations and you want to see what ENCY is going to make the toolpaths do, you will go into Simulation, and using the play button and the speed slider, you'll be able to go through and watch the different operations unfold. You can see this bar of icons right here. These are called visibility icons. These visibility icons will turn on and off different things that you see, such as I can turn the model on and off. I can turn the geometry model on and off. I can turn the workpiece on and off, or the different tools, tool holders, fixtures. The machine can be turned on or off. And the toolpaths can be turned on or off. This menu reacts independently depending on which tab you're in. So the visualizations will change as you change tabs. Below the visualization icons are some geometry selections. The geometry selections will allow you to pick different geometry on the part to create your machining operations. If you click on edges, you'll be able to select individual edges that you see in the model. If you click on faces, you'll be able to pick the bigger faces. And if you click on vertices, you can pick different vertices or points. Will allow you to pick different points, although we don't have any points established in this particular model. And there are also curves and meshes, which we do not have in this model as well. You can select all or none of them whatever makes it easy for you to select the geometry that you need to create your project. In the lower left-hand corner, you will see some submenus. These submenus are used to set up your job assignment and cutting paths, depth of cut, step over, things of that nature. Also, it is used to establish your workpiece and whatever fixtures you may need to employ during the creation of your machining operations. In the center of the screen at the top, you can see some different icons. Some of these are very useful icons. This geometry measuring tool can tell you things like how thick a part is, or how long a part is, what the diameter of a bore is, or the diameter of a hole, or the width of a feature. This particular measurement tool is more of a tape measure. It can tell you the distance between a different part. Let's select between, let's see, this line and this line gives you 54 millimeters. You can select, let's see, between this point and this point. It says 95.5 millimeters. So it's a very useful tools for figuring out the geometry of your part. This icon here is the post-processor icon, and that's what you will use when you're ready to create your ENCY code. This little icon here will allow you to pick different sides. You can pick the bottom, you can pick the front side, back side. It's a little easier to get it to go straight on and be normal to the screen than it is if you just dynamically rotate the part. So that's the basic graphic user interface. The basic workflow that you should be concentrating on is bringing in your model, getting that model oriented correctly using spatial transformations, moving into the machining tab and establishing your workpiece, your tools, and the operations you need to complete. Then moving into the simulation to verify that the toolpaths are doing what you want them to do. And then, of course, going back to the machining tab and post-processing your project. I hope you found this tutorial useful. The next tutorial will be going over making specific tools and a tools list. Thank you.